Keber, and I'm CEO of Dixie Brands Incorporated. You know, clearly it is an amazing time for our country. I guess it could be considered a rebirth for cannabis. Never have I been presented an opportunity where you could potentially be part of history. I think people will look back and say, wow, you know, this was the end of prohibition of marijuana. I've had 4 startups, if you will. This is by far the most challenging and exciting. I'm delusionally confident in most things that I do, for better, for worse. And it was something that I'd never done before. And the potential, when you, as you say, rise to the top of the mile-high city, it's also a long way to fall. Obviously, this business is wrought with risk every single day, every single hour. For me, it's one of the most interesting challenges that I've ever faced. I didn't know the first thing about cultivating commercial cannabis. Secondarily, you know, I wasn't really sure how you could market to a demographic that included, you know, a young 20-something, all the way up to including, you know, a 75-year-old grandmother who has glaucoma. I embarked on an extremely passionate deep dive into the industry, working with individuals that had some familiarity with the plant, and explored everything from, you know, do-it-yourself cultivation to security companies to storage, and ultimately found my way to Dixie, taking raw plant material and rendering it into a cannabinoid oil, and then attempting to infuse it into various products, including the elixir. I mean, our flagship product today still remains the elixir, which at the time was relatively low-tech, unsophisticated, and not real impressive. But you look at it 5 years later, and it's one of the most impressive consumer packaged goods in the marijuana industry. Invested over $500,000 in the 90 days leading up to January 1st. The fact of the matter is I probably should have invested $2.5 million. I mean, we just grossly underestimated the demand from the adult use consumer, and specifically the infused products. It's approaching a $900+ million industry where infused products represent 50% of the market. We sold more in a 90-minute period in January than we did in the entire month of November of 2013. We ripped through copious amounts of cannabis on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. I'm incredibly proud of what we've accomplished. We hear from hundreds and hundreds of people a month, you know, at bare minimum saying thank you for creating a new level of wellness, all the way up to including you saved my life. Whether it's a medical marijuana patient or an adult use consumer, we really think of ourselves as a wellness company, and with that comes a lot of responsibility. I mean, I am floored when I look back as to where we were 4.5, 5 years ago. The only thing that can stop us at this point, other than the federal government, is us.